Welcome to our channel. My in-laws delivered this beautiful apricot tree to us just a few years ago in the back of a Prius, and just in a few years it's grown into this monstrous tree, and it's given us like 1,000 apricots. It's pretty unbelievable, and it's a little overwhelming. So if you're going to get an apricot tree, you might start with one. Okay, these are the apricots that I just harvested from the tree. They're no spray. They're a little smaller, and they are a little green. But I was watching some other YouTubers, and they're saying it's okay to can them a little green, so they'll be less mushy. I've got one here that is green, and I'm going to cut it open, and I'll show you that it's still juicy inside here. Because it's just me holding the camera, I'm going to shut it off for 1 second here. See, I've cut it open now, and you'll find that even the green ones, even when they're a little green, see that green on there? They still taste really sweet, and they're not like too hard. They have just a light crunch to them, because apricots tend to be more on the mushy side anyway. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead with this, and I'll get back. Okay, I've got all my apricots pitted, quartered in half. And these are not the largest apricots, so it took a little bit longer. The ones at the store are obviously bigger. But I know my apricots haven't been sprayed and everything's natural. So they may not be as pretty as the apricots at the store, but I know where they came from. It seemed like there was a lot more waste this time than when I make jam, because although when you cut inside, a lot of the apricots would probably be perfect for preserving, it seems like I wasted more and put it aside for my chickens over here. So nothing actually will get wasted. This is just for my chickens, but or my goats too. They'll be down below the tree in a week or two. Anything else, so nothing gets wasted. Okay, I know some of the people out there, they're boiling their lids, but they don't seem to hold up very well when you boil them. So I haven't had any problems with just washing the lids off and wiping them with a paper towel. I do wash everything off with as hot a water as I can stand, which is pretty darn hot. And then I don't use boiling on the stove to preserve my fruits and jams. I use a freshtech ball fruit preserver here. So maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. But this is the way I do it, and I haven't had any problems with botulism or food poisoning or anything. And other YouTubers as well are doing it this way. Okay, I've mixed the syrup 4-to-1. In this case, I use 8 cups of water to 2 cups of sugar for a light syrup, and just stir it in until it's dissolved. Heat it up on medium heat, and then I get it boiling, and then I put that over the fruit. Okay, I got my food preserver here. I've got my fruit in the jar, and it's actually a little more than a cup. A lot of people online say a cup, but it's taken about 1.25 cups with these size jars. And I like to leave about 1/4 inch of headspace there, maybe 3/8 of an inch of headspace. I pull the jars out one at a time. Make sure you wipe it off at the top so you get a nice seal. And then load up your food preserver. This one's really simple. All you have to do is, I don't know if you own one of these freshtech balls. Mine came with a dent in it, unfortunately, but we just kept it. It works fine. But yeah, you just push fruits and 5 and start. So even a bonehead like myself can operate this thing. And I almost forgot one last step here. They call this little tool here a bubble wand. You want to make sure you get all the air bubbles out, all around the edges of your jar. And then also this little magnet here is for picking up the lids. Okay, I've got 5 jars loaded up here in this freshtech canning machine here. And I have a lot of leftover fruit as well. That's just going to come with the tree of our size. Anyway, yeah, so this says 55 minutes. It's an incredible long time. I think jams and jellies is only 27 minutes. I think it's because of the cooking process that comes before with the jams and jellies. So let's just see how this comes out. Okay, I've got it all done now. It's on the counter, and I had a 6 jar that was just a small sample jar that I put in so I could taste it. And unfortunately, because this is fruit, is a little bit disappointing because I looked at cold pack and hot pack, and I think because the amount of minutes that are on the machine to do fruit, it basically kind of hot packed the apricots, and apricots tend to be a little sensitive to all that heat. So I was hoping for them to not be too soft. I was thinking for the consistency of like peaches, canned peaches, but they're a little south of that. So I'm going to wait a little longer and see how they are once they're cold. Okay, I paused the camera and I put a jar in the refrigerator, and the fruit is much better once it's cooled off. I was getting a little bit worried. It's not bad at all. But that being said, I would say jams and jellies is much better with this machine. We use the freshtech jam and jelly maker to accommodate this machine, and it's wonderful. So if you can afford it, it's great. There's other YouTubers out there that are great, and they can show you how to do it on the stove as well. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.